Good morning, YouTube. I'm here. Um, I talked to my recruiter yesterday. Um, Finally. Today is Tuesday, so on Monday I talked to him. I texted him on Saturday. He didn't respond all week. Um, the Air Force recruiter. Um, and but we already made a scheduled appointment to meet at, I thought, 10:30. So yesterday, my presumption was to meet him at 10:30. So I texted him at like 9:45. I was like, I cannot wait to see you at 10:30. It's a lot to talk about that we have to talk about. He was like, oh, well, 10 a.m. Like, I have you on my list at 10 a.m. And I was like, 10 a.m.? What? 10 a.m.? And I'm trying to figure out this Uber. My payment not going through with my Lyft or my Uber. And I'm just trying to figure out, like, like, how am I gonna get there on time? Like, my payment card, my car kept getting declined, and I was just like, bro, what? And then I was like, you know what? I was on Lyft actually, and then I was like, you know what? Let me go to Uber. I switched over. It finally went through after like 5 minutes, so it's like already like 9:50. My Uber gets here. Man, this is a crazy sequence of events. My Uber gets here. I'm paying $5 more extra that I don't want to spend. We're on track to being there on time, but then she goes this one direction where I know it kind of well, but when we get to a certain point, it's like, all right, I'm kind of lost. I don't know what we're doing. Like, what are we doing here? So then the destination says we're going to the mall. So I'm like, this is not the mall, and I'm like, I got 2 minutes left. I'm not trying to be late for the recruiter. And then we go down. I'm like, all right, we're at the mall. Okay, this is not where I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be at this recruiting station. And I told him, like, all right, I think I've been down this road before, but let's go this way. Let's go out to the main road and let's go left. We go left, and I realize it's just the end of a road. I'm like, whoa, what? All right, so we have to turn back around. And I'm trying to find on my Google Maps, but I have an iPhone, so I deleted the Google Maps app. So I have to re-download it, and it's taking forever to re-download. And I don't want her to think I'm just trying to get a free ride or whatever. And she was super nice, super sweet lady. I love her. She was amazing. She was very helpful, but it was a lot of back and forth driving. And we go down, we go back, we turn right back around, go right back where we just came from. And then I eventually find the location, the correct location, and then I give it to her so she could put it in. And we finally made it to my destination. I came in at about 10:36 at 37. So I was a little late, and I don't like being late to recruiters because I want to show distinction. I want to show that I am reliable, responsible, and not tardy. But, things happen, and if you ask me personally, don't ask, me, I always say be on time at appointments, but the way the recruiter was showing me is that, this is what it perceived to be, that he didn't have those same morals in terms of being punctual and keeping up with people, but we're going to get to that later. So we eventually get there. I walk in, this is the first time that I'm actually sitting down talking to the man. I was instantly, when I first walked in, I was instantly like in shock. Like, I look at the room, I see his desk right in front of me. I'm just like, wow, like I'm actually here sitting down with the Air Force recruiter. Like, it's actually happening today. I smell the room. It smells nice. He stands up, gives me a handshake. He's a tall guy. And then I walk back a little bit, and his desk is behind the entrance of the room. And we sit down and we talk. He just says, what do you got for me? And I just bombarded him with a whole bunch of questions. Like, I told him, like, all right, these are I wrote down my own dream list, pretty much. Top 9 jobs that I want in the Air Force. I read them out to him. He heard me, and he said, okay, cool. That sounds great. That's all good. But I'm going to give you this list. He gave me a list. It's actually right over here. I put stars next to it. Hold on. I got you. Hold on. He gave me this list. And I put stars next to the ones that I thought was pretty cool. And he told me to pick 5 off of this list. And he gave me this big packet. It's not really that big, but he gave me this big packet. So I'm gonna just read out the list, and the ones that I put stars. I'm not gonna read out the entire list, whatever. But the ones that I put stars next to were airlift, spec missions. I put air transport. I put fire protection, vehicle ops, and command post. U.S. sensory ops. I'm not sure if I want to do that job no more, because when I found out the intel about the job, I was like, I was watching a video on YouTube, and they said if you're not with seeing people die or seeing people get killed or killing high value targets, then it's not the job for you. And I'm like, yeah, that might not be for me, because I don't know how I feel about watching somebody and, you know, doing like, I don't know if I could firsthand do something like that. So that was a star on my list, but I have to probably change that. But so what I'm thinking about doing is this. I have 5 stars. I have to write from this list right here. And I have my 5 dreams. What I'm going to do is I'm going to write them down to him, you know, but I'm going to write down my dream list, because you write it from your top priorities to your least priorities. I'm going to write down my top 5 priorities listing first. So what I want to do first, hands down, I'm going to put that number 1. And I'm going to go down the list from there. And I'm going to wait I'll wait 3 months for the year. I'll wait 3 months. I told him I'll wait 3 months. You know, to start the process. But I'm not waiting no longer than 3 months, because I'm trying to get in as soon as possible and get out not get out, because I hate that. I'm gonna go in with an open mind to not go in and get out. I'm gonna go in I'm gonna try to go in with the mindset of getting everything that I can. What can I benefit, and enjoy my time being there. Enjoy my time. Don't go in there with the mindset of getting out or nothing like that. I'm gonna try to go in. I'm gonna sign an initial contract of 4 years. If I go in, I'm gonna sign an initial contract of 4 years. And if I want to opt for an extension, I would do it that way. That's what I'm doing. And then he was like, okay, cool. And I asked him a couple questions. I talked to him. He said he wasn't even a recruiter for real. He really was just somebody that they just sent there for a special mission, was just to recruit. He was a cool guy for real, honestly. He was a security he was special forces. Oh, he was security forces. Police, in the military. He did that for 5 years, I believe, and then he transferred over to another job, like a rifle something. He did something with guns. And, you know, he told me about, I was like, has he ever been deployed to the Middle East? He said he's been to Kuwait. They had a blast. It was pretty much a vacation, because they pretty much were at the pool on base or something like that, having a great time. He said that it was awesome. I was like, wow, really cool, awesome, that's fantastic. He was like, I was like, how does the time fly? He was like, yeah, it's hard to believe that I've been in for 11 years. I'm already I was like, well, you think you're gonna do 20 years? He was like, well, I mean, yeah. I can't believe I'm more than halfway done. I'm like, yeah, it's crazy. Cause I was like, man, 4 years to an 18, 19-year-old, that seems like forever. But it goes by quick. I know it does, because you're always doing something. You're always being productive. So I know it's going to go by fast, the 4 years. I said, if you go to the Air Force, for example, are you required to parachute from helicopters or airplanes? He said, no, you're not. You're not required to do any of that stuff. I asked him, if you sign up for a job, and so something happens and you're not able to get that job, will they just throw you at a random job, like special forces or anything, special operations? He was like, no, and they would not do that to you, especially not special operations, because if you sign up for that job, you're getting that job. Now you might have to wait, but they won't just randomize you up to other different jobs. That's what he said. This is what he said. So I'm like, okay, cool. And I said, if you get out of the Air Force, will you be able to take first class free flights? He said no. He doesn't think that's the case. He said no, that's not likely to happen. I was like, okay, cool. Just getting all my basic questions out the way. He told me that there's 7 people ahead of me on the waiting list to be shipped out to boot camp. So, but they're not urgent to get out. And I was like, okay, I'm 7 people behind, but I'm urgent to get out. I'm trying to get out of here as soon as possible. So if you can make that happen for me, like pronto, I'm with it. They're not in a rush, but I am. So I hope that helps me, speed up the little process. But yeah, so that's that. But yeah, so I told you guys I met him, yesterday. So it was, it relieved some of my anxiety that I had. But yeah. So just I'm gonna give you guys little daily uploads, or not daily uploads, but I'm gonna give you guys some updates about the whole military processing exam or whatever, how this all goes. So those of you out there who are excited or thinking about enlisting, you guys can go through the process with me personally, because I'm going through this right now with you guys. So if you guys have anything you guys want to say, you guys can talk to me. I'm here. I'm like a family member to you, man. Like, honestly, I'm family to you guys. So if you guys want to talk to me about anything, I'm literally building a foundation for you guys. We're going through a process together. So I'm trying to enlist soon. If you guys are trying to enlist soon, then I'm right there with you. We're neck and neck, and I'm gonna just give you my stories. And anything like that, guys, I love you guys so much. I appreciate you guys for watching this video. And if you're new, man, make sure you subscribe, like the video, and comment what you want to see from me in the future. And just comment some videos. Comment anything that's on your mind, and I will 100% guarantee, try my best to 100% respond back to the comments. And with that, I love you guys. Jivans' story is out. Stay safe.